Hi everyone, welcome back to Gene Calderon Apologetics Ministries, coming together with another teaching themed video, today being Tuesday, where we say that Tuesday equals a truth day. We really want to figure out the truth about why we believe what we believe and the foundations of which they are based upon. And for us, that would be the Bible. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the Gospels and whether or not we can hold those to be true and accurate or not, because Christianity is centered around the Christ, Jesus, and if what we're reading about there is false, then we would have to kind of question our beliefs. But I believe they're true, and I want to share with you why we believe those manuscripts, the authors were actually writing what they knew to be true. So when it comes to the Gospels and the life of Jesus, we have to ask ourselves, were the authors actually interested in recording what actually happened? Now, we can read in the beginning of Luke's Gospel, in Luke chapter 1, starting at verse 1, it says, "Many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed down to us by those from the first were eyewitnesses and the servants of the word. With this in mind, since I myself have carefully investigated everything from the beginning, I too decided to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know of the certainty of the things that you have been taught." Now, does this sound like the beginning of a fairy tale or a piece of fiction? Or does it sound like someone who is really trying to record and accurately preserve the accounts of what actually happened? The Gospels were written in a sober and reasonable fashion, and it becomes pretty obvious that the goal was to be able to record what really happened. The other statement of the purpose in the Gospels is actually found at the end of the Gospel of John, where it says in John chapter 20, it says, "These are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name." Now, if we're going to be convinced enough to believe, our theology must flow from an accurate history. And that, I believe, is what the gospel writers are trying to do. They are trying to give us an accurate portrayal, a real life situation of Jesus's accounts in written form. And they weren't beating around the bush. They weren't exaggerating. They weren't making up wives' tales. They were just trying to write down what really happened based on their eyewitness accounts, based on the recorded details from other eyewitnesses, but all of it was written in a time among the audience that were actually there to see it happen. And if it was false, I don't think it would have survived. But from all perspectives, it looks like they were able to write down an orderly and accurate account, as Luke describes earlier. So when we read the Gospels, it does look like the authors were intent on giving us the truth. They weren't going to make anything up for us, or they weren't going to curve to anyone's preference, but honest, objective truth about the accounts that happened with Jesus' life. So we'll continue on this on our Tuesdays to be able to look at the Gospels and see who wrote them, why they wrote them, and if they are credible, which I believe they are. But we will go through this over our Tuesdays. So if you're interested in more on this, you can follow me at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Gene Calderon at Gene Calderon Apologetics Ministries, Ratio Christi at Purdue University Northwest, where I am the chapter director, leading student ministries there, student meetings, Freedom Church East Chicago, where I serve on Bible studies and other ministries there at the church, Lake County Right to Life, where we do train and teach and equip students to be able to defend their idea about being pro-life. So all of that is available here in Northwest Indiana. Contact me, get in touch with any of those ministries to be a part of it. And if you'd like to support a local missionary, that's what I am with Ratio Christi at Purdue Northwest. Always looking for financial support until I reach my 100% goal. Still striving to get there so that I can do this full time. This is all part-time. This is all things that I'm trying to do along with working and family and studies and things of that sort. But any help that you could offer would be a blessing. So take that to heart, pray about it, let me know if you're interested, and I'd love to be a blessing to you and your family and Northwest Indiana. God bless you. Thank you for watching.